to drop the sport, probably go abroad and study something else. No matter how scared you are, you have to try to, manage yourself better.
See, for me, the pride is the national anthem and the national flag goes up. Skating and horse riding is not something she should be doing, but
Skating I've been doing since I was a child.
we are heading for another controversy.
The girl with the golden gun, Manu Bhaker, all of 22, is the toast of India after winning 2 bronze medals at the Paris Olympics. No other athlete has won 2 medals in a single edition of the Games. The achievement is even more impressive given the fact that she left the range in Tokyo in tears after her pistol malfunctioned. At that time, she was on the verge of quitting, but then she gathered herself and with the help of her coach Jaspal Rana, she was back in the range. And in Paris, she shot her way into the hearts of Indians. Manu and Jaspal Rana are with us today on our show at 4 Parliament Street for what promises to be a very interesting conversation. So is it only shooting that she excels in? Let's find out. Manu Bhaker and Jaspal Rana, welcome to PTI and thanks for being with us. And I should start off by saying that the whole nation is proud of your achievement.
Thank you, sir.
Before you took up shooting, you tried your hand at several other sports. You were good at most of the other sports that you tried. Why did you change to shooting? What motivated you? And what was the journey like from then when you chose shooting to winning 2 bronzes?
So honestly, I had never planned that I will stick to shooting for this long because I was always like, today I'll try this, 2 days later I'll try something else. So I was a bit of a wanderer. So I think like that only I got introduced to shooting sport through my friends, school friends. And we had a range in our school, Universal School in Goregaon. So I think from there only I used to bunk a few classes, history and political science. So like that I was like, okay, this is a new sport. I've never heard of it, shooting. So nobody used to know about shooting back then. I mean in my area and my school and all. So I went to the range and 2-3 days in, my coach was like in the school. So my coach was like, why don't you try it for a long time? Not just like bunking a class and coming here and chilling. Rather try it. Then my coach at that time, he was like, ma'am, please give me 1 year and just let her try the sport. I believe that she can do something good. And I think within 3-4 months, I started to pick it up because I was physically quite strong because of my previous sports, boxing and karate. So my physical build was pretty good, even at the age of 13-14. So I picked it up really quickly. And after that, for some time, I was like, okay, I'll do it for a while. I'll do it for a year or 2 and then probably just some other sport or some other thing. But I think for time ही नहीं मिला कभी भी छोड़ने का, and then I fell in love with it.
Time नहीं मिला छोड़ने का.
So many competitions and all, and then I got into the team also, shooting squad. From there, I met Jaspal sir, and then, I mean, I shot so many competitions back to back that I was like, I never thought of leaving it only.
So it just sucked you into
Yes. So it was like, it was just I had to shoot many competitions and I was starting to enjoy it. So it was like that.
And you were academically also, you were very good. You were like 93-94% kind of a student.
Yes, I mean like where tests do not matter, I do not perform. But where tests matter, like 10th grade, 12th grade, so I have good marks in that. So yeah, 10th class I topped the board, and then 12th, all the major subjects that I had, political science, history, geography and all. So I scored really good marks, 95 on 100, 93 and 92, 100, something like that.
So usually, schools mein, when we were growing up, we saw that people are either good at sports or at studies. Some people like us are good at nothing, neither sports nor. But still, you managed. How did you balance the two, being good at studies as well as sports?
So first thing is that I enjoy doing everything. It's just interesting to me. But the major credit would go to the coaches and the teachers, because they took out their precious time because they were already so busy during the exam time and all. But they still took out time for me, and they used to tutor me during that time, and they used to make sure that I was coping up with my syllabus. I was, I was okay, and I was doing okay in classes. So I think major chunk goes to them, the coaches and the teachers. And then somewhat my friends also used to help me a lot with the assignments and all. So it's a teamwork. It was never just me.
You're very modest. And then eventually when you took up shooting, it is
Yes.
you're attributing your success to Mr. Rana.
Yes.
Great. आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
No, sir, definitely she is a talented girl and she has proved that. But the real credit goes to the junior program which was started in 2012, 11-12. So by the time Manu came, the program was already on the peak. So we had more than 100 kids and they were almost same level. She knows that. And then after 3-4 years, maybe 17, 18, 19, the Khelo India came in. So in everything got into place. And the way she's saying that she never got a chance to leave because everyone was performing. If you see the previous World Championship, Junior World Championship, you had if you had 40 kids, all 40 kids had medal in the Junior World Championship. So then Asian Games, then Commonwealth Games, then if you see the even Olympic team, it's a junior program team entirely. Maybe 1 or 2 will be from senior, but it's a junior team.
Manu, your name, I believe, is inspired from Rani Jhansi.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So when I was born, I think I was 6 hours old only that time. It was only 6 hours that I was born, and my mom had to go and give her exams.
After
So,
delivery, 6 hours
after
later, she had to give
yes,
her exam for
6
B.Ed.
hours after the delivery, she went and she could not sit, but she was lying down and still writing the exam. And then I was not crying or anything, so I was playing as told by her. Obviously I don't remember that, but she says that she remembers it like it was just day before yesterday. So I did not used to cry on anything, and I was like always kind of a fighter.
You were a tough
She
girl.
said. Yes, so that's how like one of my cousins were like, Masi ye roti nahi hai, can we name her Manu? Because of that TV serial also at that time, we used to have that TV serial. I was very fond of it, Manu Rani Lakshmi Bai. So due to that, he used to watch it and he was like, please let's name her Manu, no? Please don't change her name. So earlier I was, so it was supposed to be Anu. And then later on, like my father wanted to name me Anu, my father and my mother. Later on, it was like Manu. Manu is okay.
Now the whole world knows you by that name.
So, Manu, could you tell us about the journey from the time you had that pistol malfunction in Tokyo to winning 2 bronzes in Paris? It must have been a kind of an emotional roller coaster for the past 3 to 4 years. Could you tell us about your preparations for the Paris Olympics and specifically anything which others do not know?
So I would like to say about Tokyo that there was nobody to blame for Tokyo. I think it was we just needed to prepare better. But nevertheless, it's in the past already. But I believe that Tokyo taught me so many things to be, prepared in a better manner, to be more aware of everything in my equipment, in my mental health and physical health. So I think I took many lessons from there, and the journey definitely was not easy at all. It took a long time for me to recover from Tokyo firstly, and I would say it made me really sad at times, and really I was on the verge of giving up shooting at times, but then I was like, okay, what else could you do? I just at least shoot till the time you love to shoot, and then later on you decide what you want to do. So I think previously I mentioned to many people also that, I wanted to drop the sport, probably go abroad and study something else and just start something new for myself. But then like when we started to work together again, that was the time when I was like, you know what, shooting is going to be it for me. It's either this or I'll put my entire energy into shooting or just drop it all together. So we were like, okay, let's just go in it, all in it. So the journey was not easy, but everything happens for a reason. And as he says, you get what you deserve, not what you want.
Can we see those medals that you've won?
Of course.
Nice.
These are the portions from like a part of chota sa piece of Eiffel Tower. So they kept it from the construction or something. And for every medal they have for the athletes.
Jaspalji, is it a moment of Chak De India for you because what you dreamed of brought by Manu?
Yes, definitely you can say that, but definitely something much bigger than that because he's the first athlete to get 2 medals from one Olympic. We could have got 3, but everybody wanted that. But the way we lost the third one, but we won 2 bronze with the same margin. So I'm happy what we have right now, and I'm sure that with this miss, we will prepare further harder for LA Olympic.
Manu had asked me earlier what is my favorite sport, and I had actually said shooting. I enjoyed, in this Olympics, I enjoyed shooting most. I was not, humoring you. I'll tell you why. Because to me, it is an exciting sport because all your energies are concentrated on your arm, where you have to keep your arm so steady and straight that even a fraction of movement can mean either a loss or a win of a medal. How do you do that? How much training is necessary for keeping that arm straight?
So I think the major challenge during big competitions are that no matter how much pressure you feel, no matter how scared you are or how excited or overwhelmed you are, you have to try to manage yourself better, calm your nerves down, and be very, very patient with things, be very calm. So I think that's one challenge in this sport. I mean, I'm sure that it's also the same in other sports, but shooting is like you cannot react, you cannot move yourself, you cannot move your body or anything. So that's one of the challenges. But training, yes, definitely takes a lot of hard work to reach any level in any sport. In shooting specifically, we usually target small, like minor muscles in order to strengthen them so that we are injury free, so that we are more, we are stronger. And it's like if we train with heavy weights, then it will not be good for us. So we have to do it in a balanced manner. And of course, mental training and physical training, both are equally important for shooting.
This is the injury which
Now
happened
it's
because
much
of the.
better because it's been 10-12 days that
She's
I've
not
touched
touched
my
the
pistol
gun.
again. But
And
this one is
this is the reason, recoil.
recoil.
This is the reason that we have made her rest for 3 months, because this has been for last 7-8 months right now, and it's not been healed till now.
Oh.
So that rest is mandatory for the hand to go forward from here.
Okay.
And we decided before the World Cup thing came that they're going to have a World Cup in October. But our decision to stop for 3 months was before that.
You must have heard, I mean, obviously you knew about this Turkish shooter who came wearing, no visor, nothing. Was he the talk of the shooters amongst yourself? Were you surprised by him?
No, I mean, he definitely shot well, especially in the qualification round. But I think it's just the style. People get used to the style. So, like for example, I'm used to the equipments that I'm using because it's been a long time that I've been using those kind of equipments. And for him also, I would say that probably he's used to it, and because it's not easy to look with both the eyes. So in shooting, you have to use only one eye. Only then you'll be able to aim better. But I think he's used to all of that because he's been probably training for last many years. And in my case and in other people's case also, like somebody's used to having a cap while shooting, somebody's used to wear some certain kind of clothes. So it's just a style and how they're used of certain equipments. But he's a good shooter. I mean, he's like 52 years old and he's had a long career, and I mean, he's a very hardworking person.
Manu, I just want to ask you one thing. After winning 2 medals and heading into the third final, the 25-meter pistol, what was your state of mind? Was the potential hat-trick dominating your thoughts, and was that final any different from the previous 2 finals? Did you at any stage of the campaign experience the fear of failure or something like that?
So honestly, I was headed to the finals with exactly how I head to a final of any match. And like previously also I had shot in the mixed doubles, and then previous to that the air pistol individual finals. So I had the same kind of state of mind. Although 2-2 was like recently we were training, we were putting more efforts on 2-2 this time around compared to the last Olympic Games. So I think I was pretty much
Air.
sorry.
We put effort more on air to improve the.
No, we balanced both the, we tried to balance both the events equally. So my mindset was, okay, you have worked hard equally in this as well. So it's like you have to at least try to, you know, do what you have learned in the training sessions and just try to be calm and.
But she shot really well in final and in the qualification also. There's no difference between first and fourth place. She was in second. So it's that moment also which matters a lot, because you're competing 50 people, the best in the world. So to be in the final 3 was achievement.
If you are again a national coach, then how
I
would...
don't know. That has to come from the authorities.
yeah.
But I have dealt with the same post because all these kids were there in national team, in junior team program. So we were okay with that.
My question is actually to both of you. Yours is one of the most talked about coach-player partnership in Indian sports. How do you describe your partnership as athlete and coach? And you've seen a lot of ups and downs together. There was a bit of tension as well. So what changed in the last 1 year? How did you guys get back together? And how would you look back at your equation and what it has managed to achieve for Indian sports?
I would say it's like he's like a father to me, and it's a matter of trust that you put in a person, and the matter of faith that you know, when you go to a firing lane, when you go to your field of play. So I think you have to have that kind of faith in the person who has been training you, or who has been a part of your journey, that, you know, we have worked hard, and you have to have that kind of trust in the person that whatever he or she tells you to do, you must do it. And I think it's like he gives me a lot of courage whenever I'm on the lane, and whenever I feel like I don't know if I can do it or not. He will probably slap me and he'll be like, you can do it, you've trained for it, and you have to.
We're heading for another controversy.
I mean, not like slap,
Literally
but
तो नहीं
like,
बोल रही वो.
Yeah, but some people will take that.
No, it's not like a slap. It's like just I'm just using a slang. So it's like he'd force me, he'd push my limits. He'd be like, you have been training for this, and you will be obviously you will be able to deliver, because you have been through so many competitions, you have experienced so many things in your training itself. So you have to be confident in yourself, and then only you'll be able to deliver. So I think that's the element that I have, that faith in him.
But when we started
Honesty
14 months back, there was only one request from my side to her, that we'll not discuss about the past. We'll start from here and we'll move forward. So we kept that thing throughout.
Manu, to you, taking that point forward, how do you balance out between a personal coach and a national coach? Obviously, at the range as well, you and Sir had that eye contact when Mukbayar was in the arena. So going forward, how do we deal with this? Because this time we saw a lot of personal coaches with the contingent.
There's no balance basically. I don't think she can answer that. It's basically one person has to take a lead. There cannot be two cooks. There has to be little understanding, and thankfully there was little understanding this time.
Manu, the shooting contingent was under the scanner before the games because we didn't get the desired results in the previous 2 editions. So how was the mood going into Paris Games? Did you guys discuss with each other, we have to do it this time, or what was the mood like?
Truly, sir, there was no such discussion or anything, but we were all really looking forward to the Paris Games, because we were really we had really put in a lot of hard work, the entire team. And if I'm talking about myself, then me and my coach, we really worked hard, and I think nothing else was in our heads, only just the performance, only just that we have to try to give our best, and we have to, we have to push our limits. So only that was the thing that was inside my head, at least I can tell.
No one felt pressure of
No,
performance.
no. It was not like we haven't won medals in last 2 editions. So because to break that chain, we must win it this time. No, but we trained in a way that we were expecting a medal. But
50 people in the world are the best. All of them has a pressure. So we are not the only one in disadvantage. So we train as per the Olympic. जो timing था, जो difficulties थी, we used to train according to that.
The question is for both. The success of Indian shooters at Paris Olympics, is it a validation of the policies that the federation pursued, and is it what you would like the federation to also continue in the future as well?
So we can't comment what federation do and what they should follow, but definitely we did really well. If you see Arjun Babuta, and there are a lot of kids who were like they were in the finals. So altogether there was good performance by all the shooters, and the credit goes to everyone, not only the federation but the government, the policies, the top, even OGQ, Go Sports. Everybody comes handy.
Yeah, just for a follow-up question, and also to both of you. The federation made some stringent rules during the trials and to keep the personal coach away during major tournaments.
So that helped, no?
That helped, and that's my question. I mean, do you think this is necessary? Because at the end of the day, you, the personal coach, as well as the federation, the common purpose is to get medals for the country.
It's not necessary, but yeah, some federations, they have problems. They have genuine problems also. I'm not saying that we were like genuine problem, but when we knew that this thing gonna happen, so we started training that even in trials. I was sitting in the general public, and we were communicating from there. And anyway, the shooter has to take the decision. In the finals, there's no way that shooter can come back and talk. No. It has to be eye contact. Even if I'm sitting in the front, there will be eye contact only. That's all. And we got that freedom to even sit in the final hall, and we got through with that.
Yeah, Manu, your take on this? How do you see this entire the personal coach versus federation?
see, I'm just a shooter. I try to do my job as good as I can, and rest, I think he's the one who handles.
So you'll just shoot and scoot.
मनु, जब हम प्रदर्शन की बात करते हैं ओलंपिक में, तो अभी आपको लगता है कि कोचों, खिलाड़ियों और फेडरेशन को भी जवाबदेही लेनी चाहिए? जैसे कि बैडमिंटन में जो प्रदर्शन रहा हमारा, उसके बाद प्रकाश पादुकोण सर ने बोला था कि अभी समय आ गया है कि खिलाड़ियों की जवाबदेही भी तय होनी चाहिए और उन्हें अपने एफर्ट बढ़ाने चाहिए। तो आपका इस पर क्या कमेंट है?
मैम, मैं कहूँगी कि अगर सर ने बोला है तो कुछ सोच के बोला होगा, बट मुझे ये भी लगता है कि हम अपनी तरफ से भी पूरी कोशिश करते हैं। हालांकि कई बार सिचुएशन होती है, नहीं होती है, बट यहाँ तो सबको साथ में मिलजुल कर ही काम करना होगा। और हर एक जगह पे अगर हम 1% भी इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, अगर 1% भी हम यूँ है कि और अच्छा हो जाएगा गेम, तो हमें वो करना चाहिए। और वो सिर्फ एक इंसान के करने से नहीं होगा, पूरी टीम को मिल के एफर्ट्स उस पर डालने चाहिए। बट आई थिंक सर वुड बी द बेटर पर्सन टू आंसर इन दिस।
बट जवाबदेही ठीक है, प्लेयर की तो होती है, प्लेयर को तो लोग निपटा ही देते हैं देर सवेर। फेडरेशन और बाकी लोगों का क्या होता है? सो इफ यू टेक क्रेडिट फॉर एनीथिंग, देन यू शुड बी taking when thing goes bad, then take the responsibility also. You cannot blame one person. You cannot blame federation. You cannot blame only the player. You cannot blame only the government. Everybody has to come forward and take the responsibility.
Take us through the struggles that came in the way while coaching Manu from the spectators gallery. How tough it was to take it all that and still keep coaching your ward from the...
No, there was no difficulty. I enjoyed that also. They made us stronger by putting all the restriction and all, and so we were ready for it. And it didn't affect at all, not even as 1% between me and Manu, because we don't need to talk. And I think every coach has to learn that.
One more. It would have been tough convincing the federation and other officials to accompany Manu to Paris as a personal coach. That's what I came to know later. I believe Manu had to approach the sports ministry officials also.
No, Manu requested to PT Usha
PT Usha
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, and she assured that you do your job, and you just be, you just don't bother about it. If you are really, really, if you really want that, you really need it, that shall be done, and you should not worry yourself about it. So I think that's the conversation that I had with her, and I did not had to, ask again.
So I did not ask
she-
anyone. I got
that
my
was done.
accreditation. I got my room done. Everything. Yeah, there was little long walk every day, but that was fine.
Made you fitter.
Yeah, but she used to walk with me every day.
And Jaspalji, you got very emotional after Manu won
I get
those
emotional
medals.
with every shooter. Like when Surbjot won the first world championship, I got emotional there also, because see, for me the pride is the national anthem and the national flag goes up. That's the way I am.
And this time you posted pictures, your picture with your late coach also. So in that
He is always there. He's always there.
A question for both Jaspalji and Manu. You spoke about education and how your academics helped. A lot of people now, Jaspalji, also to you, that would come to you and say that produce me another Manu Bhaker. And a lot of parents are now putting eggs on one basket, like only shooting, not studies, and suddenly people are not having a plan B also. A lot of people are in the sport. So for those aspiring shooters or those parents, like what kind of advice you both have for them?
Basically, education जो है, how important is it for sports people?
Very important. Very important.
Like to share something with you all here. So after my 12th, I was shooting pretty good. I was in team, and I was also about to shoot in the Olympic Games. I was already qualified and all. And then I was like, okay, I'll probably like study, online something, or like just side by side some course. He was the one who was like, no, take LSR. So LSI is one of the best colleges of our country.
Lady Shri Ram College.
Lady Shri Ram College. And my brother. Him and my brother were so persistent that, you must have your degree from this college. Even if you do not get, the kind of time that you require to study and pass the exams in such a good college, we will try to help you with the tutors, with the assignments, whatever you need. But I think it's very important that you have both in hand. It should go hand in hand, because personally for me, I think it has played a major role.
No, without studies, you don't last forever. So whenever you give up, then you have to have something at back. I make sure that they're studying. No, I don't take any kids, those who have left school or doesn't want to study further. I don't even train with them.
Even now, when it was the inauguration of Nalanda, he was like, take
we
up a course in Nalanda.
Before the match, we were discussing in a training in Luxembourg.
Yes.
That Nalanda University is coming up. Let's apply there.
I checked all the courses available right now also in certain things.
Because it has a history. It has one of the best universities in the world. So it's coming up again. So why not?
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
So if you had to study further, what would be your subject?
So honestly, political science was never my subject, but I had to take it up due to certain situations. So now I'm open to anything. You give me any subject, in probably 2-3 months at least, I'll get used to it. So I'll make my peace with it. So it's just that.
Science or arts?
See, 11th, 12th में कुछ portion तक मेरे पास science ही था. Later on, I had to change because I was not able to cover the syllabus of chemistry and physics, although I was good in biology and but maths I was not good. Maths I was horrible at maths. Very bad at maths. I really am very bad at maths.
So even she don't even remember the total points.
The points.
She's winning or losing. So that's the best thing.
So I'm not good at maths, but I was good in science, in biology, but I was not able to cope up with the syllabus. And by the time it was time for exams, only 2-3 months were left, and I requested the CBSE board and everything that, please change my subjects. I can still try to cover the arts, because if you see the books, they have such big books in physics and chemistry. So yeah, I had to change to arts, but now it's been 6 years that I've been, into the subject, 5 years. So I think this one will be easier for me now.
I was going to ask you, are you interested in politics? But obviously not.
No, so. I think I love my sport and I would like to do something in my sport only.
Politics is out.
Politics? Yeah, no, I don't think
Once she
politics.
gives up, she can do anything she wants.
You never know what the future holds.
Right
for
now,
you,
the
but
LA Olympic is the.
Yes, LA.
That's the goal.
We cannot lose such a talent.
Manu, Jaspal, you just mentioned that you will be taking a 3-month break for the hand or your shooting arm or wrist to heal. Yeah. So, any plans how you're gonna be spending these 3 months? And to Jaspalji, this second part of the question, you've been an ace shooter and fantastic coach as well. How difficult it is for the player to come back to the same rhythm and form if you take 3 months break to be at the international level?
It will be not very easy, but definitely this break is required. It's not something which you're gonna enjoy, and she is gonna not only the shooting part will be not there, but her physical, her mental, waking up in the morning, yoga, everything will be as per what we are doing, because that's the lifestyle she has to follow.
You still do martial arts at times?
So now I think I have some time off and I can probably do it again. But in between, I was not able to get that kind of time to invest myself into that. I was like barely getting 8 hours of sleep, and I need 8 hours of sleep to function well. So now, yes, I can take time out for my hobbies. I have many hobbies.
Tell us a few.
Okay, horse riding. Firstly, I love horse riding. Then skating, I can still manage on the roads and all. Then fitness, I really enjoy working out and really enjoy fitness routines. Then I have dance also. I'm learning Bharatanatyam. First time that I'm telling somebody actually that yes, I love the dance forms, the Indian dance forms.
When is the Arangetram?
I'll probably do it next year because right now I was training in France and all, so I was not able to get time and I was not able to cope up with the classes also. So probably next year around April, March, or maybe it'll be October, I don't know.
But yes, she has to come back in one piece.
I will be.
Skating and horse riding is not something she should be doing, but
Skating I've been doing since I was a child.
No, बोल दिया अब नहीं कर सकते आप.
No, skating I've been doing
कर
since I was
सकती
a
है, but then
child.
she'll be responsible for whatever happens.
मतलब नहीं कर
Yes,
सकती.
I'll take the responsibility. No. Horse riding also I've been doing it for some time.
Who rides a horse thinking that they will fall?
I think the nation will demand that you do not do any horse riding until LA. उसके बाद में जो करना कर लो.
You know, I waited for this time for so
So you
long.
got the result?
Yes, no, I was waiting that after Olympics only I'll go. After Olympics only I'll go. And so many things I also want to do, like skydiving, scuba diving, Formula One. But
अच्छा, violin classical or Western classical or Indian classical?
so Indian classical
Which
is my
one, Carnatic
preference.
or Hindustani?
Hindustani. So that one is my preference, but it's like I'm only like beginning to learn it. So I'm not on the advanced level. I'm just 1 month in.
Okay,
So,
but you're
just the
musically
basics.
inclined. You can sing.
Stress buster.
Stress buster.
Yes.
Your rendition of the national anthem in Bhopal that was created.
Yeah, I was able to manage something
On violin.
on violin, but I'm just on the like basics right now. Yeah, I'll still see what I like more, but probably I like Hindustani only.
Even as a shooter, you started with basics.
Yes.
Manu, you said you're not good in maths, but with so many brand endorsements coming, advertisers starting in the queue, who will help you count the money?
Oh, so the bank, the bank, or probably like the team. It's better that I do not keep a check.
I have a question for Jaspal ji. You are a junior world record holder, and then you won 4 medals Asian Games, including 3 in Doha. Manu is also somebody who has won so many, several medals in the World Cup, and the first Indian to win 2 medals in an Olympic. Do you see a little bit of yourself in her, how she has, grown as a shooter?
I see that in every shooter, those who are in national team. But yes, I see her that way also. And but there are better software, better next generation device. Our time, the distraction was less. the effort was more. Now they have to cope up with a lot of things.
Manu, you are an inspiration for millions of kids, girl kids out there in our country. So, what came to your mind? First thing that came to your mind after you thought that it's a medal, and then it's a medal again.
So I had 3 matches and 3 finals to shoot during the Olympic Games. So the first thing that came to my mind after my first medal was, honestly sharing with you, was that I missed training for the next event, and that next event starts tomorrow morning only. So I think the matches were the schedule was hectic, so I had to keep myself on my toes all the time. And then he was also there to remind me that you have a match tomorrow. Do not let it get into your head. So I think that was the approach that we had, because we had trained really hard for all the events and we wanted to give our best. And yes, as you mentioned, role model just for girls. See, I mean, if my journey can help even a single person, I would be really honored, because helping somebody with their journeys is a big thing. If I'm able to guide somebody in their lives, if I'm able to help somebody in their life, so then that'll be a big thing for me. And I'll try my best to maintain this and even help further many people.
जसपाल जी, क्योंकि वो राजनीतिक बात आ गई इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ कि अगर मनु कभी डिसाइड करती है पॉलिटिक्स में आने का, तो आप उस समय भी कोच कर सकते हैं उसको? आपका तो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है पॉलिटिक्स.
Yes, I will do that. My work is to protect her. So basically, it's not coaching only. Even at this level, we cannot teach them how to see the sight, how to pull the trigger. We just need to give that protection from even from their own self. So because there are a lot of things, sometimes it goes in your head and you're all over the place. So just keep them grounded and just keep them protected. That's our job, basically, the coach's job.
Structurally, what would you like to change in shooting and overall, so that we get more medals at the Olympics? Because right now, obviously, it doesn't paint a very rosy picture. 6 medals for around 1.4 billion people.
But do you think that we deserve talking like, 50 medals, 60 medals like America? Do we have that kind of system? Does everybody work like that? We talk about Olympics 6 months before and we forget after 2 months. So please, God gives you what you deserve, not what you want. हमारे यहाँ कोई भी सिस्टम ऐसा नहीं कि जो हम फुल प्रूफ हैं. आपकी सिलेक्शन पॉलिसी हर 6 महीने में चेंज हो जाती है. I met sports minister. I told him, get the sports policy from the selection policy from the federation. Let them decide. Whatever they decide, right, wrong, we're not discussing that. And then stick to it. You will see difference. जितने हमारे ओलंपिक मेडलिस्ट होते हैं, we don't see them after 1 Olympic or 2 Olympic, because there's no system that we can protect them. अब मनु 3 महीने नहीं शूट करेगी, उसके बाद आप नेशनल खिलाओगे, will you expect her to be on top? No.
मैं नेशनल तो नहीं खेल रही
है. फिर नेक्स्ट ईयर के स्क्वाड में ये होगी नहीं. फिर तो आपका स्क्वाड तो इसी से सिलेक्शन होगा ना, नेशनल से. तो अगर ये नहीं खेल रही तो नेक्स्ट ईयर के बाकी जो बच्चों को फैसिलिटी मिलेगी उसको नहीं मिलेगी. हमें जो ओलंपिक में खेल चुका है, जो फाइनल में आ चुका है, लेट देम बी देयर टू compete every trials, no matter he is in or out, till the next Olympic. Where is Saurav Chaudhary? Where is Jitu Rai? Does anybody talk about them? No. Are we talking about Arjun Babuta, who got 4th? He just missed medal by this. Yes. No, we are not talking about him. Nobody even thinking how to get him back into the platform. No.
सर, आप आना चाहेंगे कोचिंग में वापस?
सर, मैं तो कोचिंग में ऑलरेडी हूँ. मैं कितना हूँ?
NRA
It doesn't matter, NRA or personal coach. I am doing my job.
जो सर ने बात की कि पॉलिसी चेंज होती रहती है, इट अफेक्टेड यू इन द अर्ली स्टेजेस ऑफ योर करियर. आप कराटे में जाना चाहती थी, लेकिन जो पॉलिसी चेंज हो गई थी उससे, तो व्हेन लुकिंग बैक, डू यू रिग्रेट नॉट बीइंग इन कराटे, और यू आर ऑब्वियसली यू कांट रिग्रेट आफ्टर विनिंग 2 ब्रॉन्जेस, बट व्हेन यू लुक बैक, तो जो सिस्टम में जो प्रॉब्लम है उसके बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
No, so I think karate मैंने अपनी मर्जी से ही छोड़ा था. It was my decision only, and whenever I take decisions, I ask myself if I'm going to regret it or not, because I don't want to keep regrets whenever. See, it's like weird for me to say, but when I'm on the deathbed, I do not want to be looking back and regretting something that, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done it. So I try to make my peace with it. And I think karate was like partiality and all. At some levels, we'll always see in some form or the other form. So I think it made me even stronger. And that is why I think I was able to be who I am today. And I have no regrets about anything, so.
In the last few days or before that, बहुत ऊट-पटांग questions आपसे पूछे गए हैं journalists द्वारा personal life के बारे में, and because they are from my fraternity, I would probably apologize to you on their behalf. But जो questions आपसे पूछे गए हैं, वो journalist कभी उनकी हिम्मत नहीं होगी कि विराट कोहली से या रोहित शर्मा से पूछें. तो do you think there is some kind of discrimination in the mentality, in the way journalists think about you and, or let's say, about cricketers and non-cricketers?
So I would say that everybody's lives are very, full of struggles and very difficult. And when we talk about Virat sir or Rohit sir, I think they have proved themselves for a very long time. They've been performing good. They've been making India proud and all of us proud as well. I see them as legends, and of course, like, I don't know, talking to them about certain things would be okay or not. It's just in my eyes, they've always been, legends. And when all of this comes to me, I think I just keep my priorities straight. My priorities, my career, and like for now it's LA 2028. So my priorities are set straight, and I do not care much about what other people talk or ask me. I just give honest answers.
That's great. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, sir.